All right, I need to tell you something that is going to hurt. You're not burned out from working too much, you're burned out from working the wrong way. All right, you don't lose your freedom in one catastrophic moment, you give it away tiny pieces, tiny bits at a time, one habit at a time. So most founders, they think that they're just tired, but they're actually trapped in the prison of their own making. That was me. So today, right now, in this video, I want to show you 3 habits that are quietly destroying your freedom, they're suffocating your marriage, and it's stealing from your children's childhood while you're too busy being out there and being successful and doing it for the family. Okay. So when I was growing up, my dad, he missed just about every game. He missed a lot of dinners, almost every dinner, and really every moment that mattered. And he wasn't a bad dad. He was just trapped. It wasn't his fault, just like it's not your fault. But on his deathbed, he grabbed me by the hand with just eyes that were all swelled up, and he said, "Don't miss Leo's games. I missed too many of yours. Don't let success steal what I can never get back." Now, that wasn't advice. That was a dying man's confession. And years later, I caught myself following in the exact same destructive patterns, different businesses, but the same habits. Basically, the same lie that businesses equal love. And the same habits, the same lie that busyness equals love. And that is so not true. Now, I've helped hundreds of 7, 8, and 9-figure founders break free from the success trap, cutting 40 hours per week, rebuilding their energy, and becoming present fathers again without destroying their profits. But every single one of them started in the same place, trapped by these 3 deadly habits. Now, these habits don't just steal your time, they steal your soul. So deadly habit number 1, you're not addicted to work, you're addicted to validation. You heard that right. Every new project, every crisis that you solve, every urgent email, it's just dopamine dressed as productivity. And you feel good when you solve those things. And you tell yourself that you're building momentum, but you're actually medicating insecurity. But here's the truth. You stay busy because being busy still forces you to face the question, am I enough without the chaos? Your worth isn't tied to how indispensable you are. Freedom starts when you realize that your family needs you and they need your presence, not your productivity. Deadly habit number 2, your love is always in the identity of being the hero. So you love being the hero, the fixer, the go-to person, the one who can solve everything. And that was totally me. But being the hero is the fastest way to become the hostage. When every decision, every approval, every crisis needs you, 2 things happen. Your team never learns to lead, and 2, your family never sees you. The hero complex creates chaos. It's not leadership. And while you're busy saving your business, you're losing your family. So real leaders build systems that work without them. Heroes build dependencies that trap them. And the 3rd deadly habit, you keep promising you'll slow down. You'll do it later. I'll rest when this launch is over, or I'll take time off when we hit the next milestone. I'll be present when the business is more stable. But later never comes. You and I both know this. Because if you don't build boundaries now, the business will always manufacture another crisis to keep you trapped. So here's what you don't realize. While you're waiting for the perfect time that never comes to be present, your kids, they're growing up and your marriage is dying. And by the time you realize that you're ready to slow down, they may not be willing to wait anymore. Sorry, that's the truth. Let me give you some statistics that should terrify every successful father. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just saying the facts. That most women think about divorce for 2 years before they ever say the word. They're thinking about it. They're planning out their next move. So when it happens, you lose half your net worth. You lose daily access to your kids and the life that you thought you were building. But even worse than that, the family's broken. And I've watched brilliant entrepreneurs build 8, 9-figure empires and lose everything that actually mattered. Not from malice, but from these 3 habits I just told you about. Now, that isn't about productivity. This is about preventing family emergencies disguised as business success. So let me tell you about Stacy. He's my good friend. He's a brilliant founder who was drowning in his own success. 80-hour weeks, but always one Slack message away from guilt. Now, his daughter barely knew him, And within 9 weeks of breaking these 3 habits and installing the Freedom operating system, everything changed. He did a complete 180. He went from 80-hour work weeks to 30 hours per week. His business grew by 40% without him micromanaging everything. But the real victory, the big win here, was that his daughter asked, "Daddy, can we keep doing school pickups like this every day?" Now that's the moment that freedom becomes real, because when your child wants more of you, not less, that is the big win. And so here's the truth that will haunt you if you ignore it. Your children won't remember your stress. They'll remember your stillness. They won't remember the deals that you closed, all the meetings that you had, all the money that you made. They'll remember the dinners that you shared. They're not going to remember your revenue. They're not going to remember your P&L. They'll remember whether you were there when the moments mattered. So that is what it means to be a present father. Not just a provider, not just one who's entrusted to enjoy what he's providing for, but just being there for the moment. So that's exactly why I wrote this book, Buyback Time Formula. It is 128 pages. It's nothing flimsy. It is packed full of content to help you get out of the bottleneck to being the free father you were meant to be the man you were meant to be, because these 3 habits don't just steal your time. They steal from your family's future, and they steal from everything you've been working so hard to build. So if you recognize yourself in any of these 3 habits, you're not broken. I was doing them all too. You're just trapped in the patterns that successful people fall into. And that's just a normal thing, but you got to realize it, and you got to break them. You got to rebuild your freedom, and you have to reclaim your presence. Start here, buybacktimeformula.com/YT book. Get the book, put it next to your computer. It's going to be your battle guide to get you out from where you are to where you want to be, and we'll overcome the obstacles, because your family's future depends on the habits you choose starting today. So go get the book right now, and I'll see you on the inside.